you guys haven't heard or seen of me, it's fucking Big Boy Brown. We're gonna be talking about some wild shit most likely. It's just gonna be the standard crew talking about the craziest shit after dark.
Sounds about
Um,
right.
we do have a couple, and by a couple, I think like 35 different topics, not including any of corn dogs yet.
Oh, thank you.
So, first one, well, dude, if we included yours, would be like 98, dude. First one, though, I definitely think that we can all talk to is, especially with like so many games failing as of currently, and kind of our biggest hype with Division 2 and me personally with Anthem. What kind of games you guys like actually excited for? What do you want to see from them? Or what do you want to see change in current games now?
I feel like I'm a little out of the loop in this because the last big update I heard about was the Destiny one, and then I heard before that it was like Pokemon and Borderlands 3. Other than that, I don't know what's happening.
Well, those are like
So
future games. Are you talking about updates for current games or just like what we're looking forward to that's coming down the pipeline?
either or. So like I mean there's a couple different games I'm actually like super hyped for.
Like,
One of
I'm
those
excited
being
for
Borderlands
Borderlands
3.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
like
I
that
don't
one's
know.
gonna be sick.
The only thing is that's going to be like hella saturated, and it's going to be like play through it once and woo.
I mean,
To be
Next week.
the
honest
other
though,
ones were like that too, but it's more like there were multiple characters. So it's like, all right, play through the first game and then play through it again as a different character, or play it as Vault Hunter mode. Like the difficulty increases and shit like that.
or even mods. I mean, that was kind of like the benefit of Borderlands 1 and pre-sequel. Like there was mods already out that you can actually download after you finish the games and then apply different shit. Like there was
So
randomizer, which just gave you random dumb shit, and all the weapons were completely fucked. Like you can shoot a pistol that shot 38 grenades out of the end and then exploded and make other grenades. Like there's different stuff you can go off from that.
fuck.
So I feel like we're getting fucked by the lineup that's coming out because it's like grind fest after grind fest after grind fest that's coming out. So it's like it's cool for the initial story mode, and then after that, I feel like it's easy for us to get burnt out as to like grinding and shit because it's they all keep on falling short, whether it be Anthem with just a complete fuck fest or the raid being pushed back in the division, and then when it finally comes out we learn that you can't do matchmaking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
there's
So it's
have
kind
only
your
of like
teams.
team or go fuck yourself. And I haven't touched the game since then.
I play it
And
every once in a while.
it gets irritating because it's already been out long enough to the point where you've heard the complaints about the matchmaking. What the fuck are you waiting for to put it in? Like you're still trying to tweak it. What the fuck is there to tweak? You have an 8-man team? Cool. Run the raid. You don't have an 8-man team? Queue up. Cool. Run the fucking raid. What's the
I,
problem?
I mean, it's still better than how Anthem played it, right? Like Division 2 is definitely getting a little bit better play than how Anthem did. It was like, oh, so
Absolutely.
our game literally won't run. All right, next update, we're gonna give you guys cosmetics. You guys cool with that? Bro, the game literally doesn't play. What do
Well,
you
your
what the
your
fuck?
brakes are kind of shot, but you want a new paint job?
Yeah, like
No,
that's
no.
literally what they try to pull on the entire community with that one.
So
But I
this
mean,
is
go ahead.
go ahead. So this is my like thought process with that. I feel like all these games, what they're doing is they're doing a fucking where we have to pay to do a beta test, and it's annoying the fuck out of me. Or they're doing what Activision seems to keep on doing, is where they'll sell you on this perfect game, and then they'll sprinkle in the bullshit after.
Mhm.
Perfect example: Crash Team Racing. Although some would say that's not like one of the main sellers for the current gaming lineup, but the fact that they waited until everybody who wants it bought it to put in microtransactions is a shitty move. And I hope that doesn't like set a precedent for every release that they're gonna have, because that'll be
Yeah,
super fucked.
because I mean, there are other games. Like I don't know if you guys heard about this. So like, me and Akira were talking about this, but Gears is getting a new release here soon. That's coming to PC. That
Gears
Yeah,
sounds dope as
5.
for
fuck.
Yep.
PC.
Yeah, for
I
PC.
didn't know it was coming to that. All right.
Yeah, Gears
Yeah,
5 is
dude.
going to be out on PC as well at launch. And I'm looking forward to that because I got Gears 4 when it came out on
Oh,
PC as well.
fuck. There goes my life. Thanks.
Yeah, Gears and Borderlands come out in the same month, so it's going to
Hmm.
be the two heavy hitters that are actually coming out. With that though, we might see another resurge from Monster Hunter World. I don't know if you guys ever played that or not.
I
I
never got
keep
into
seeing
it.
it. Dude, I haven't played Monster Hunter since I remember playing it on my brother's PSP, and that was the last one up.
Yeah. So I mean, it definitely lost a lot of its community because it was one of those games that Boom was talking about. Like you grinded to an end goal, and
Yeah.
then there was nothing that came out for an expansion. This is literally just an expansion that's coming out in September. So hopefully they might see a resurgence. I don't know. The same thing with WoW. WoW's getting another expansion soon-ish, I think.
Why aren't they releasing vanilla?
Yeah, they're gonna still run both concurrently.
Why put a
And
new fucking expansion if you're already putting out a whole game again? No, I
Dude,
just think you're hitting trying to hit the same market with two different points.
I think they're gonna try to capture the older audience that they used to have that is leaving the game while still retaining some of the newer people that they just get into normal WoW.
now I don't know if this is like a super far stretch, but I just feel like single player games are turning into a grind fest, and it seems like every single game they're finding either a way to sprinkle a battle royale mode or to have it be like this crazy fucking grind. And it's just bumming me the fuck out, dude. Like it's cool like when there were a couple games where you would just go through and look for loot like Borderlands 2 or Destiny, but it seems like they're finding a way to stretch as much or milk as much money as they can get from us no
Yeah,
matter
from a
what.
single title.
Exactly. And it's just
Yeah.
like, come on, dude. Let's fucking if you guys would create great content instead of just focusing on ways to get us to pay more for a $60 game, I feel like gaming would be in a way it would have a better reputation like among the quote unquote hardcore gamers because honestly, I'm just starting to get tired of it, dude. Like and I'm guessing that's why we're seeing a resurgence of nostalgic games like your Doom 3, your Doom, and all of that shit because it's like, dude, I'm tired of fucking looking for a gold weapon for 300 fucking loot boxes or doing the same goddamn strike for 14 times just to look for one piece of equipment. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm kind of getting tired of it, to be honest.
And I
I
get
had
it.
this
Yeah.
conversation a little bit ago. So we're talking about how they're bringing Doom back and things like that. Is when's the last time that you played a game and was like, this is original? Like you don't compare it to a different game
Or
that's
it's a
already happened.
sequel. Like you'll either
Yeah,
get
Mhm.
like
a
most
revamped
games come down.
version or a sequel these days.
Like a lot of the big games where it's like uh big adventure type things. Like I was playing was it Breath of the Wild earlier today,
Game is
and
fucking lit.
I was like, the combat where you have to like dodge certain moves in a certain way, I'm like, it reminds me of Dark Souls. And every game that has that kind of combat system reminds me of Dark Souls. I don't want to compare a game that has nothing to do with a game to the game, if that made sense.
Well,
And I get that too, but the thing is that I don't know because I don't know if they're gonna take a risk like that because I don't know about y'all, but I'm a creature of habits, and if I like something, I try and look for things that are similar to it. So it could be partially that we're already set in our ways, and we kind of look for similar games. So that's why they don't want to go out on a limb and release something different. Now it could either be that after I said that, that sounds really fucking naive, or it could be that they're just trying to milk us for as much money as they can get. And I feel
Yeah.
like it's just turning into a fucking cash grab.
it's a company, so obviously their end game is money. Anyone who believes otherwise is fucking stupid. But it's all about how they go about doing that. If you give us a content that's fun, entertaining, and makes me want to give you the money, I think you're doing it. I think you're doing it right. You know, because obviously the end game, at the end of the day, people will argue it's a business versus art, blah blah blah. No, they're a company. They're out to make money. I get it, but it's all about how you're gonna go about doing it. You know, like
Mhm.
in Anthem's case, they're like,
It was just
oh,
super shiesty.
yeah, it's like, what are you giving here? You're selling this game and you're selling this year pass. This oh, what the hell's the name of that they call it?
It's
The
essentially like a
Yeah, the
season
season.
pass.
There
It
you go, season
allows you to
pass.
get
Sorry.
like all the different expansions that come out
Right.
within a
So
year.
they're
Yeah.
selling the season pass, and it's like, all right, cool. You're selling the season pass, but what the hell are you giving us up front to even warrant me to give you more money to give me more of the same bullshit that you're giving us? Because you're not really giving us anything up front, and that's a big problem with gaming.
You get a cosmetic,
Yeah,
Maybe.
that seems to be like the
a
norm.
single
that everyone is just like pushing towards cosmetics. Like cosmetics are cool if you start to like earn them with different achievements. That's what I think they need to bring back. Like bring back old school Xbox achievements. Like I
Oh
don't know if you
fuck
guys
yeah.
remember like Halo, bro. If
Oh
you
my
hit the
god, the Ninja
Hayabusa-
Sword.
yeah, exactly. If you had the Hayabusa,
Dude.
you were
Yeah,
a
the
fucking
Hayabusa was what beat the whole game on hard mode for Halo
Yeah.
3, and you got it.
Yep.
You know, that was cool. That was an in-game achievement. In-game
Mhm.
achievements are going out the window, other than being a point system, but you're not really getting anything tangible out of it. You get to buy everything that you want these days, and it's just like, can we get a little bit of balance? Can we still have A and B?
Hey, but off topic, when Halo comes out on PC, y'all can fucking catch these hands
Bring it.
Let's go.
all day.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know if
for
I'm
it.
gonna. To be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna pick that up.
Ooh.
Damn, I
I'm
was about to.
picking it up no matter what.
Yo, I'm on Boone's team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Steady Merc going
Go
down.
ahead. That way I could have more
Go
people to
ahead.
shoot.
yeah. To be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna get back into that entire title. After Reach, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. So
So
in
that's
full honesty
the
for
only
me.
ones I'm looking for are Reach, and ODST, because those are my favorite games in the series.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, it was
I
OG
said what I
Halo,
said.
dude.
Dude, that's wow.
Yeah, OG
What
Halo
the
was where it was
fuck?
at. I'm not gonna go anything past.
I would say
Reach.
either OG or Halo 2, because man, do I miss
Yep.
the fucking dual SMGs.
Big
I
Sam.
would
Dual
I
dealers,
always
man.
asked for them to come back. They've never come back.
Are you guys talking about like the multiplayer or the actual like story and?
Oh no, I'm talking about multiplayer.
Oh, okay, no, I'm
Yeah.
talking about story wise. Reach and ODST were my favorite.
I actually really like the story mode for ODST as well.
I like the ODS. I like that they had that. What's his name? The guy that's like an actor. He does a lot of sci-fi movies, and he
I know who you're
does the
talking
voices
about.
too. What's this? Guy that
Yeah,
plays
the
Castle.
Force guy that does voices and stuff. Yeah, no, I get it. I get
Plays
it.
Castle or that rookie cop. Oh, that dude's awesome.
Nathan Fillion.
There you go. Fuck. There you go, bro.
You could have literally said any name, and I feel like he'd say, "There you go."
Yeah.
The guy from Firefly,
no,
right?
no, because I knew his name had an
The guy from Firefly.
Yes.
There we go. Good job.
No, because I don't know what it is, dude. I'm just ready to be hurt again. I've bought every Call of Duty for like the last couple years, and I say
That's
the
a bold
same
move.
fucking thing,
Yikes.
dude. I'm ready to be hurt again. Every time I see the fucking first gameplay, I'm like, oh god, this is Modern Warfare 2 again. We're good, guys. We're good. We could come back. And then I get just like a warm, piping piece of shit on a platter, and I get salty.
But at
Every
what
form
point
and
does it
piping.
become your fault versus the developer's fault?
Oh no, I'm not saying it's their fault. It's just me hoping that
They're gonna bring back the golden days.
again.
Right.
Just maybe. But that's
Yeah.
why I'm for sure buying every fucking Halo title that comes out, because you can't fuck up a game that was already done. So I'm buying
Well,
Halo 2,
didn't they
Halo 4.
introduce loot boxes to the remastered for COD 4, was it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, they did.
that didn't exist the first time around, so they relaunched it, and they relaunched it with a shit mechanic that we're complaining about on top of that. So it is possible for them to fuck something up.
Well, unpopular opinion, I don't give a fuck about the majority of loot boxes. Because I mean, I get it. It's fucked because they're just trying to milk us for more money, but I just don't buy them. So that's why people need to stop buying them so that they can stop being a thing.
Right,
But
right.
as of, I mean, it's unfortunately just part of gaming now.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be a viable like solution though. So it comes back down to like the days like when we were kids. Think about it like it's just a virtual fucking pack of Pokemon cards. Remember how dope it was to rip one of those things? You get a fucking Charizard or a Blastoise.
Yeah,
or
we
some
definitely
shit?
we have that. We
That's
enjoy.
the problem with
Right.
that's the thing that we like about that mechanic. The issue is that they're just literally just reaping all of that profit, and it's like, all right, well, we're catering to the majority because so many people actually still remember that nostalgia of kind of just ripping into stuff and getting what they might want, and the kind of like the little bit of like illusion that you'll probably get something when it's 80% you're just getting a fucking Beedrill and you're pissed.
Yeah, that instant
But-
gratification that we all look for, and they're definitely capitalizing on that.
Yeah.
So okay, let me correct my previous statement. As long as it's fucking not game breaking, I don't care about loot boxes. If
Yeah,
it's like a
that I'm
fucking
cool with.
cosmetic,
Right, cosmetics, I don't give two shits about. You want to walk around dressed in diamond or fucking gold, cool, whatever. But if it's something that you could achieve, like that gives you an edge, better stats and shit, that's when it starts to get shitty.
Yeah,
Well-
pay to play is bullshit. I agree with
Well,
that.
Rainbow Six, I don't know if you guys played it like before the season 1 like came out, before they even had a rank. Rainbow Six Siege, you used to have to spend renown for attachments on your gun.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't buy the ACOG and then someone reps you with an ACOG, you're like, well, shit, now I have to save up forever to get an ACOG. And now they have it where no matter what version of the game you get, every weapon has all the attachments.
Mm-hmm.
I think they found like, hey, this is obviously a pay to play or pay to win type situation, and they instantly got rid of it.
Like one game I play where I don't complain the fact that they have their marketplace and stuff is Warframe. Warframe, you can get everything, just about everything in game, other than like maybe a couple of exclusives through events and stuff. But like, if a new Warframe comes out, you can buy it, sure, or you can grind and get it. I'm okay with it because it is a free to play game, and you do have access to everything. You're not really cut off from any content that you decide that you don't want to buy. And I'm okay with games to do like that. If I could earn it through grinding, cool. Or if I could buy it, cool. But like, I shouldn't just be like capped out like, oh, the only way you can get this thing is if you give us, dollars. And it's like, no, fuck you. You can keep that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so, but I think we definitely did kind of like touch on our topics for this one, at least for
definitely.
this first one. Anybody who wants to take next topic here? We
I'll
got a
take-
mixed bag here.
Well, I
So-
was talking about the Zelda game, which would be a good switch over to hear that pun into
Ha! I
Boom's
see what you
thing
did there.
about the Switch Lite, because I'm curious because I haven't heard about this.
So, both of my topics today are examples of things that I think are fucking stupid, but I want them. I want the Switch Lite, even though I know it's dumb. I don't need it. It's
AKA
fuck-
Boom's like, listen, I'm part of the problem. Hear me out.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's a
I'm
real life loot
definitely-
box right here.
Bro, I'm 100% part of the fucking problem, dude. It's like, it's ridiculous. But essentially what they're doing is, and this is what I think they're doing. What they're going to do is they're going to use the Switch nameplate and they're going to slowly phase out every other handheld they have, meaning
Like the Game Boy?
DS, the new 3DS and the 2DS.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to use this because they already have a huge install base with the in-home console, if you will, version of it. But essentially what they're doing is they put a new chipset in it that allows it to have better battery life, and now it's 100% handheld. So
Okay, so you can't take the controllers off of it?
exactly, there's no removable controllers, there's no tabletop, you cannot dock it either. So
Okay.
everybody, all the last 2 years, no matter where you go, if you would type in on YouTube the Switch Pro, everyone thought it was going to be a Switch Pro because there were rumors, there were leaks that there was a new smaller Switch coming out, but nobody thought that it was going to be the Switch Lite, which they like doing that with their consoles that do very well. They turn it into a light version so that now that they see that it's a success, they're going to get it out to the masses, because this one, it is cheaper, but you're kind of losing out on some of the features that make the Switch. Like, you can't plug it into a TV, which that's like the main thing that lured me into buying it. But
Yeah.
on the other hand, you have all these AAA titles that you could just run to the shitter while you're playing. And I think that's fucking dope, dude.
I don't know.
Well, I
I'm
could
of
see
a
them-
completely other mindset of this. Like, full honesty, like I'm with you on it that it's the better life would make it super dope, but not allowing it to plug in and dock really is a huge turnoff for me, because that was the
Yeah.
entire reason of creating that entire platform. Like, they were the first one to actually make it so, like, plug and play, you can bring it with you, or you can just have it up on your TV if you're just chilling at home. Like, that is
Nintendo
fucking
is
perfect.
always ahead of the game. I mean, think of the
No.
Wii. They were like the first
No.
one that had like the motion sensor control.
You definitely for sure on that one, but they were light years behind during the Wii U
Yeah.
generation.
Duh,
Now,
'cause they're so trying
behind
because they're
in
so
what
like, oh, it's the
sense?
Wii.
Because,
Behind
like,
in sales, behind in games, the Wii U was a fail, dude.
Yeah, it was.
And that's why, even though it's like dope that they're giving us these games that nobody played. What they're doing is they're just sprinkling in old Wii U titles.
Mm-hmm.
The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Anything with a deluxe after it, that's just a straight up port from the Wii U, which I get it. They're trying to make money and trying to push that to people that haven't played the games, but it's like, come on, dudes. You can focus on a new IP instead of just giving us shit that you already released.
You know, going back to when you said that they're like phasing out the DS and things like that, that makes a lot of sense since they're putting the new Pokemon on the Switch.
Mhm.
Exactly.
It's like, fuck.
And
I
that's
mean,
why
Go
Oh, I
ahead.
feel bad.
so
Yeah.
that's why for me it makes sense that they're making a cheaper version because they're trying to
Yeah.
have, and I'm pretty sure that before the Switch 2 or whatever the hell it's going to be called comes out, they're going to make like a pro version, and then they're going to have the vanilla one that came out first. They're going to have the one that's marketed towards only handheld gamers, and then I feel like, which I would definitely buy because I would love to have Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey and Super Mario Maker in higher definition. They're gonna make that Switch Pro, and I feel like they would be dumb not to. So I feel like once that comes out, then like 100%, they're gonna completely phase out the 3DS and 2DS because they're gonna give you something that does AAA titles without any of the gimmick of the dual screen and the 3D and all that bullshit. But I feel like this will sell great for them.
Yeah, and one thing that I definitely think that they're most likely going to do with whatever this pro model might be is with the light. And I don't know if you guys were reading up on this or not. So they don't have any type of like Bluetooth connectivity with these currently, and with the light. I'm assuming the pro is going to have that, so they can use those like. Because boom, don't you have one of those aftermarket controllers for your Switch?
So they do have Bluetooth, but it's not easily accessible.
Yeah.
For
So
the
what they're
light?
most likely for either of them, it's not
Any
going
of
to have
them.
it. Yeah,
Like, dude, it is, bro, it is like
it's a nightmare.
such a fucking pain in the ass getting this controller connected. It's like, I'm like, bro, every time I charge it, I have to repair it. And then it doesn't sync up. So I'm just there for like a couple minutes trying to mess around with it. But but kind of off topic, but dude, anything from 8-bit though, like their controllers, I would buy it 100%. It's super dope. And it's like
Mhm.
it works. Like you can't even tell besides
Hashtag not
obviously
sponsored.
holding, yeah, hashtag not ad, please sponsor
Here's a
me.
good title. I'm gonna write that
Um
down.
it's like for sure 100%, besides obviously the feel of the Nintendo the NES controller, you
Mhm.
wouldn't notice that you're not using the Pro controller because it has everything else. And once the Pro controller comes out, or it's like the SNES plus whatever bullshit, I'm gonna buy it, dude. It's 100% worth it, and it's a little bit cheaper than the actual Pro controller.
Oh,
See, the
I
thing
think we're
that
gonna
I don't
get.
like about the light is it's cool and all, but like for the price difference, I'm losing. Like, I would still rather pay the little bit more and get the regular Switch because there is that bridge between handheld and sit at home console. You know, like you're losing some of these features, but you're only saving like what, like $50, $100, something like that. Because you can
Yeah,
get
Yeah.
so
the
the
Wii on sale, the not the Wii, sorry, the Switch. You can get it on sale for like $250 easily, and this is
Mhm.
gonna come out at what, $200. So for the extra $50,
yeah.
I'd pay for that for the ability to switch between sitting at home or taking it on the go.
Yeah, and one thing that we definitely didn't talk about, and kind of weird that we didn't, is think about it. So if someone say that a new streamer tries to get the light, they can't stream using that.
Right?
They're screwed.
True.
Now they just burn money that to go swap it out to get the correct Switch to actually have the dock to actually allow them to stream it if that was the content they wanted to create.
But the one thing that we're missing is that we're missing the demographic that I feel that this is pushed towards, the kids, dude.
Oh
It's
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
like,
Nintendo's always been
Oh
about
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
yeah, because it's like, um, obviously if you're, because I feel like some of the things that like we would like be pissed off at because we game every fucking day, the the normal consumer wouldn't really care about,
Mm-hmm.
and they would like, oh well, shit, I could get Breath of the Wild looking the same way more or less in a handheld version for $100 cheaper, who knows, it might be even cheaper come holiday season. That's a win, dude. I feel like they're gonna sell a whole mess of copies of them.
Oh yeah,
I
oh
do
yeah.
too.
They'll definitely. The
I'm not
sales are there.
saying
For
But
sure.
I know that I'm part of the demographic that looks at it like, well, this isn't for me.
yeah, like in terms of operability, it's fantastic for the demographic they're aiming towards. But if they want to push it towards more like a wider group of people, it's definitely not the right play. If they kept it, made it smaller, kept the battery, and or made the battery better, like they're doing, and still allow the ability to dock without removing the what is it called, the fucking controllers. They just implemented a new controller in it with the same price point they're trying to hit. I think that'd be a fucking knockout.
I agree with that. And once man, dude, once they finally get like all of the ports from the Wii U gone, and they
Mhm.
start like taking, I feel like we already have, like, when your Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, or the Mario Odyssey 2 comes out, I feel like then for sure they could start taking risks. I hope, because there's a big enough install base. Because
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys think, but I think the Wii is the Switch is a win, dude. Like,
No, I like the Switch a lot.
and I'm finding myself
Awesome.
playing it a lot more and more, over my PlayStation 4 and over my PC. So I'm just like full head down. Oh shit! If it's coming out on the Wii, or why do I keep on saying Wii? The Switch. I want it because I know I'm gonna play it no matter what.
Yeah, because like even with the upcoming like release of Pokemon and the new one, literally me and the wife already had the conversation. Like we might actually purchase another Switch, and if that's the case, I already have the normal one. It wouldn't be that much of a big deal to get the Switch Lite for her, and we can both still game at the same thing. And if in the future I do want to stream that, I already have the Switch and I'm already set and ready to go. I think that's what's more so looking, at least for me, to purchase it, is because then we have two in the same home. It's kind of like if you had fucking kids, like both of them want to play Pokemon back in the day, you had to go out and get two different DSs or Game Boys or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't let one
Yeah.
overwrite the other one's
Oh, yeah.
save game, and then now there's a battle for fucking Charizards in the house.
Well, my younger brother was always too young. He never played the Game Boy games with us, but my older brother and I, we always got the opposite versions when Pokemon came out.
Exactly. So you guys
Like,
can
Yep,
trade.
same here.
You
Yeah,
get
I
the
had red,
Pokemon, Yep.
I had silver, vice versa, all that shit.
Yeah, I was on the opposite boat. My younger brother was too small, so I basically had the red and the blue.
Oh, it must be nice,
Greedy
huh?
fuck.
Yeah,
Must be the bougie
Yeah.
shit.
What the fuck?
we
ever?
playing on two different Game Boys at the same time.
Yeah.
No, none of that. None of that.
Fucking hacker man with 3 keyboards next to him at all times.
Guys,
What's up?
the only fucking Pokemon I ever got was the yellow one. I lost it 2 days after.
Wait, do you mean the game, or are you referring
Yeah.
to Pikachu as the yellow Pokemon?
The game.
Okay,
Yeah, you got
That's
the
it.
yellow.
I got the
Pokemon.
yellow one. I don't think we could do that, Gavin.
Hey,
What
talking
do you mean?
about
So I'm
The
a fucking nerd,
demographic.
and I still have all three of them. I still have
Yeah.
red, yellow, and blue.
I used to be like obsessed, like, oh man, I want to play fucking Pokemon Game Boy, and I got it that one time, lost it 2 days after, and I've never gotten to really
the
enjoy
only
it.
ones I don't own are is it Diamond and Pearl? I believe I can't find them anywhere.
Oh, Diamond and no, because it was Ruby and Sapphire. So yeah, I think it would be Diamond
Diamond and
Pearl.
Pearl, because Ruby and Sapphire,
Yeah.
like they re-released that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Diamond and Pearl would be that size, like entire set.
Yeah, they haven't. Like, I can't fucking find it. Like, I go on Amazon and like, do you want to spend $80 for a brand new copy? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, dude.
Shit,
Like,
I did the first one, the red, blue, yellow, and then on the N64, I did like Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium. That's about it.
Dude, and that's the thing. I'm a PlayStation kid. The only thing Nintendo that we had in our houses, or in our house, I should say, were the Game Boys and the,
Mhm.
the SP and the DS. Other than that,
You didn't grow up on
I've been-
SNES and NES?
No.
I was too young.
64, bro.
But so actually, no, not in my house, but my neighbor had SNES and N64.
The
So
64
personally-
was awesome.
N64 was the shit.
They fucking dropped the ball. They should have made a Nintendo 64 classic system.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming.
Yo,
I really
actually,
hope so.
I hope they do release that shitty looking controller that made no
Please,
sense.
no. I touched
All
that
the
shit
fucking
in
like
yeah.
December.
tripod looking one.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want a controller with 3
I
handlebars.
played with that shit in December, and I was like, I can't fucking do
Bro,
this.
Bro, so I used to like always invite friends over to beat their ass in the 64, and like recently I like grabbed one of those controllers. I'm like, dude, how the
How?
fuck did I do this? Like, what kind of
It's-
special shit was I on? What the fuck?
You need two people to fucking play it. One person holds it in the middle, and then you operate the two side ones, and you guys can maybe do something.
Bro, we had the rumble pack and the fucking 80-pound
Yep.
backpack on it
Yep.
just for it to go, and that was it.
Bro, but dude, GoldenEye on 64 was the shit. And then
GoldenEye was the shit. Fucking
Yeah,
slap
yo.
box all day. Let's go.
Dude, know how you win that? Play Odd Job. You can't hit him. He's too short, man. You
Too
keep
short,
going over
dude.
him. It's bullshit.
It was so dumb, dude. It was so fucking dumb.
Donkey Kong mode was fucking hilarious in that game, dude.
Yo, did y'all play the Pokemon where you're like in the cart and it's like you have to take pictures of
Pokemon
Pokemon?
Snap.
Oh, Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Snap
don't
was
know
the
why-
shit.
I look
I
back at
hated
it
that
and
fucking
I'm
game.
like,
Aw.
why the fuck did I put so many hours in a game where I'm just
Taking pictures of fucking Pokemon.
It was the dumbest fucking
It is
thing.
a skill that I'm pretty sure we all use to this day. Just being really good at
So-
taking pictures.
Talking about how they're bringing Pokemon to the console version of Nintendo, I hope they make another Pokemon Coliseum. And I don't know if I've talked about this. I want a Pokemon Coliseum generation.
That'd be sick.
The only thing is that I think they'd have to do they'd sell like a base game, and then you'd have to buy the generation you'd want because you can't put that many into a Coliseum game.
It would have to be expansions.
Yeah, it'd be a gigantic game. So I mean, it kind of ties back into how we started this.
Microtransactions and
Yeah, I think it'd
Yeah.
have to be that way. As long as they priced it fairly, I'm okay with it. In that,
Yeah, that'd be fucking dope. I think that would definitely have so many people back in it to play that.
Okay, dude, wait, really quickly. So I've been thinking about this forever. So you know how they came out with the Pokken tournament where it's kind of like a Street Fighter type game?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be fucking sick if every time you catch a Pokemon, you have to do like some Pokken tournament shit where you have to like have where it's not like turn based, where you're actually doing the fighting in the game?
what like
No.
Smash Bros?
You wouldn't be down with that? I feel like that'd be super dope. Like every time you go into a battle, like you have to control the character the whole time instead of it being turn based.
No,
I'd be
I would
fucking
not be
down
cool with
for that.
that. Because all that would turn into would be that one game that all these people were hyped for. What was it, Jump Force? Fuck that, dude.
No. So like when it's like everything is the same except for the battling like mechanic.
It'd be like
Like-
Pokemon, but when you got into a fight, it turned into Digimon Rumble Arena.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't know. I feel like it'd be
Don't say
dope.
you haven't played that. Come on.
I
totally
have.
played
I
that
just,
ever.
I'd be. I don't know. I'm in terms of like Pokemon. I don't know if you can really change that too much. Because after a point, it's going to turn into how people fucked up Call of Duty, where it's like sliding super jumps and all that dumb shit. They're going to keep trying to make changes, and then they're going to lose the people they originally had in the beginning.
I think we need to talk about the real problem. Mario should be gritty. I want an
What?
adult version of Mario. I want you to stomp on a Goomba and then like blood like God of War.
What the fuck?
I play the shit out of that.
Nintendo would
I think I would play the
not
shit out of that.
fucking ever sign
Yeah,
off on
no.
some shit like
Imagine
that.
Yeah, no, there would never
I
be
You
a
think
day.
spin in
I-
Bowser, throw him into a bomb.
Like
and
you
he
said that
explodes.
right now, and Nintendo is sending somebody to your house right now to slap the shit out of you. Like that's a no go.
Yeah, I'll sign that contract.
Dude, a Ratchet fucking Mario would be awesome. Where you like fucking dry hops.
How did we go that far? All right, I'm sorry I said that.
Yeah, I don't know. I would not be cool with that. That'd fuck up so much
Yeah,
of my
no.
childhood.
Yeah, dude. I don't think we'll ever see a rated M Mario game.
Nah,
That'd be,
dude.
like,
Nintendo game.
never. No, there's
Yeah.
rated M.
Even
well,
making Metroid Prime violent, that'd be fun.
Metro Prime, I
Dude,
can understand.
Isn't Metroid
but-
violent already?
No,
But like,
I
not
mean, I want like
gory.
gory, bro.
Right, right,
I want
right, right,
a
right.
gory Metroid.
Yeah, where you want to mix Doom and Metroid together.
The only
essentially.
problem is if they do that, I can guarantee you they'd make like, hey, here's our first M-rated Metroid. By the way, we made Samus way too hot.
Yeah, it's not just going to turn into Witcher, and you're going to have
Yeah.
neckbeards all over the place by this fucking
God damn it.
Thank you
It's
for
like-
letting me know I need to shave,
I-
asshole.
I'm just looking at your picture right now.
God damn.
They put fucking they put jiggle in the fucking game too.
Jiggle mechanics.
Oh my god.
Yo,
I think
side
it's like
note though, if you didn't fucking rewatch the trailer for what was it, Dead or Alive Beach Edition 19 times as a child, I don't know where you were at.
Passed out from beating it too much. That's where I was. I got to
No,
18 and was done.
We're looking for
It
that
was
Gatorade
fucking-
sponsorship. Is that where we're,
Yeah, it was
we're
just
right now?
ghost
Yeah.
loads.
Just helium.
Wait, a super soaker running out of fucking water in it, just fucking blowing up like
that
evaporated
shit
water.
is
console
the
talk.
worst, dude.
Back-
hold on
back
a
topic.
second.
Back on
I'm
topic.
sure
here.
we've all been there.
No, there's
So,
some water
we were
here.
kinda-
There's some water left.
We're
Drip.
kind of talking about the consoles and where they're going to be going, like with the Switch Lite. So, kind of with Steady, because I know you want to talk about VR here.
Mhm,
Do you
mhm.
think that's going to blow up?
VR?
Like, do you think there's going to be like just a VR console that people are going to buy?
Not a VR console, but I think one of the speculations for the new Xbox coming out is that it's going to have Rift support.
That'd be sick.
Not sure about the Vive or anything like that, but a lot of people thought that when VR came out, it was going to be dead within a year or two. And this was like what, early 2012, 2013. It's
Mhm.
only getting better. I was one of those people that waited till the next generation came out. I was like, I'm gonna wait till the next one comes out, wait till the next one comes out. And after a while, I was like, all right, if I keep waiting, I'm never gonna fucking get this thing. So I finally jumped in and bought the Rift S. And aside
fucked.
from Oculus having some of the worst fucking customer support out there, the product itself was really fucking good. I'll touch more on the fucking customer support nightmare in a bit, but I really enjoy it. I definitely enjoy the VR and where it's going. The price was really good, $400, versus like the Vive, which is like $800, or the $1,000 Pro version that jerks you off and does all this other stupid shit. It's not necessary. For $400, it doesn't actually do that. I would have bought it if that were the case, but
I bet you would. Fucking VR chat at 3 in the morning.
You goddamn right.
Getting
I'd
fucking
program it like
wild.
Alexa to call me Steadito.
Oh my god. No, but I mean, VR so far has been really fun, and sure, it's gimmicky. I you can't deny it. It is gimmicky, but it is fun, and it's only going to get better as time goes on. And I'm all for consoles embracing VR more. PlayStation has no problem with it. They have their own branded PlayStation VR headset, and that's not
Yeah.
going anywhere. Like, it's only going to get better, and I don't think VR is going to go away like everyone thought it was going to go away within a year or two.
I played it once on my old roommate's. He had Dirt 4, and he had like the racing seat with the clutch and the shifter and all that shit. And we strapped me in. We strapped
That
me in.
sounds
We got
sick,
it
to be honest.
calibrated. He's like, "All right, we're just gonna do like a section of this run." I'm like, "All right, dude, no problem." And the thing hit go, and I dropped the clutch. I've never been more motion sick in my life. I went like 10 feet, and I was like leaning sideways in the seat. And I paused like instantly. It took off. And I was like, "What the?" I didn't know where I was. Everything was moving.
I had to
turned it
deal with
off.
the motion sickness.
I got up. I was walking sideways throughout the apartment. I was like, "What the fuck is happening to me?"
Yeah, when
don't
I
think could
first
use
got it,
VR.
it was bad. And my very first time trying it, I was playing stationary games. I was like, all right, this is perfectly fine. And then I switched over to Contractors, which is like the equivalent of CSGO in VR. And moving around in that, I had no fucking idea what I was in store for. Like, my brain was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're moving, but you're not moving. So whenever I would walk and stop, my body would do this weird jerk forward and back. So I tried to push through it. It was fucking weird. About half an hour in, I almost fucking puked my guts out. And I was like, oh, right, that's enough of that.
And I think that's something that's hard to sell. Is that
Nobody
even, like,
talked
probably-
about it because in all my research and trying to figure out what I should buy and all this shit, never once did I say anything about motion sickness. The only time I saw any results was when I literally typed in VR motion sickness, and then people are talking about it.
because I think people should be aware of it.
I
Especially
agree. I
if two
agree.
people like us have had such extreme reactions to it. Someone will go out and spend like $800 on this VR and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna love this thing," and then instantly get sick, and they're like, "Well, I'm never gonna play it
And
again."
never play it again. And the only remedy is if you want to use what the fuck is that medicine that people use? Dramamine or some shit like that. Anyways, like they do have a motion sickness medication, but if you don't want to do that, the only way to get used to it is getting used to it. Playing half an hour at a time for a couple days and try to extend it little by little. to the point now where I have played VR for like 6-7 hours straight, and I was perfectly fine. Versus my first day where I felt like throwing up after like 20 minutes.
It's
And I
like
feel
video
like
game
they
edging.
don't.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't talk about that because that would make it a little bit harder of a sell. Because personally, I've never
Exactly.
done VR yet.
Yeah, same.
Well,
Never
heads
touched it.
up. If you do, little by little, don't keep pushing. The
It's
second you start
fucking
feeling
wild,
uncomfortable,
man.
stop. Don't try to push through it because you're gonna fucking vomit your ass off.
And I think my
Bet.
problem was I went straight into Dirt 4. Like, yeah, let's go rally racing your first time in VR.
It was like
Yeah.
an auto sensory overload.
Yeah, it fucked me up, dude.
Yeah, because when I was doing the setup process, everything is stationary. I was like, oh, this is really fucking
Yeah, I
cool.
loved it. I was
I
like,
have no
I was in a
problem.
living room and I was looking out at the stars and I'm like, oh, I feel great. And then I hit the accelerator and I was like, "Ugh."
And it's like, all right, nobody warned me about this. And it's like, well, yeah, you wouldn't have bought it, stupid. And it's like, all right, I see what's going on out here. But I'm all for VR, and it's definitely gonna get better. Valve just came out with their index controller, which allows for you to like do individual finger gripping and shit. And it's like, all right,
Oh, that's cool.
that's cool and all, but I mean, whatever.
I remember seeing this fucking thing. It was years ago, where like the dude was like strapped into like a weird reverse trampoline looking thing.
Yes.
Oh, I know
And he was
what you're
like
talking
running in
about.
place.
Yeah, those are the VR treadmills. There are
Yeah,
companies that have
man.
done that. I actually just finished backing a company on Kickstarter that has something similar. It's a sensor you put on your waist and then a sensor you put on your ankle, and then you just basically jog in place, and that'll translate your movement into VR. So hopefully it doesn't suck when I get it sometime this month, and I'll definitely report back on that.
You know how
You
fucking
know-
bad that's gonna be
no.
though.
Don't
That's-
report back. Fucking record yourself with
Yeah,
the body
dude.
cam.
Oh,
Jogging in
just
place.
jogging in place? No. Oh my god.
Quick side story about jogging in place. Back in tech school, when I was stationed at Shepherd, that my friend's roommate jogged in place for 45 minutes as exercise, and the gym was across the street. He could have walked for 2 minutes and like jogged on the track, but he jogged in place and then did like some whack ass burpees and then went to bed.
Just sound like the. I just want to punch him in the neck. Whoever
Bro,
this kid.
this is the same guy that will hold a door for you, and by the time you're like 5 feet from the door, he lets go. And I'm like, you couldn't fucking
That's
wait.
lazy. Holy
He waits like the
shit.
whole. He waits the whole hallway, like holding the door for like far too long, and you know it.
That's
And
the
then as soon as you get to
ultimate-
it, he lets go.
I'd punch him in the fucking neck.
ultimate fucking passive aggressive shit. I hate it when people do that. Like, dog,
cried
I'm
in
not gonna
class.
fucking speed up because
He
you're
cried in class. I
He
bet.
did. He
I'm
broke
glad
out.
he did.
We were going over like HF or something, and he just fucking lost.
How do you
No,
break
it-
down an HF, bro?
Dude, I don't know. Our instructor was like, everyone just go in the break room. I'm gonna handle this. We're like, oh my god.
Just
This guy
fucking beat
got
the
through
shit out of him.
basic. Like this guy got through basic, man.
I mean, the Air Force. What do you want me to tell you?
Air Force, basic was fun, man. You ever have a bubble bath with like 30 dudes?
No,
Great bonding.
Go on.
I'm not
What
kidding.
the fuck?
No, we got in trouble. We got in so much trouble. We clogged the drains in our shower, and then dumped body wash, then made a bubble bath. But we broke a pipe and it started leaking bubble bath like all over the drill pad.
You
And we
guys would have got.
caught. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got caught.
You guys would have had your ass beat. Dude, so are you going to talk about how this fucking wondrous time you had
Yeah,
with
we
their
need to-
their customer
there's, like,
support?
Oh boy.
Nothing else
Here
is important
we
tonight.
go.
We need to get into this.
All
Yeah.
right. So I ordered the Rift.
Get a steady
I ordered the Rift S from Amazon. I get it. Cool, whatever. Pain in the ass to set up at first. It just came out. All right. There was a bunch of driver updates. Cool. No problem. Whatever. Get it set up. It worked. It worked perfectly fine for a day. I noticed that it started acting funny. There was like some lag, some desync and shit. And then I go and I touch the USB plug. And the USB plug burned my finger. That's how fucking hot it was. And that's when I was like, all right, clearly there's something wrong. Didn't know if it was the headset. Didn't know if it was the wire. So if I reach out to the company, mistake number one, I should have just fucking sent it back to Amazon and got a new one. But I was like, all right, let me reach out to them. Maybe they could just ship me a wire, call it a day. It took about 4 days to get an initial response on my ticket. Fine, that was irritating, but I figured it's a brand new product. There's a bunch of people having problems with it. All right. So after about a week of back and forth, they determined, yeah, we're gonna replace it for you. Send us the headset by itself, and we will get you. We'll ship it back. Cool, no problem. It took me 5 fucking days to get an automated shipping label from them. Something that's so simple that they approved. They're like, oh, you should get it in 2 to 3 days. That alone was a red flag because it's a fucking email with a shipping label. It should be automatic. It took 5 fucking days, and they were like, oh, we had a problem in our system, blah blah blah. And it's like, all right, fine, no problem. I even told them, I said, look, I've been waiting for a while with all this. Like, can you guys cross ship? They're like, no, we can't do that. It's not our policy. I was like, all right, cool, but you guys have been dicking me over, and it took 5 days to get the shipping label. Like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, well, we got the label to you now, so just go ahead and send it back to us. I send them the headset. It took because they wanted it super, super cheap. They did FedEx Ground, which took
fucking 2 months.
Mind you, I'm East Coast. They're West Coast. It took like 7 fucking days for them to get this damn thing. And it's like, all right, fine. You guys got it. It's been signed for. Cool. I waited a day or two, obviously processing. I'm not losing my mind yet. About 4 fucking days later, I'm like, hey, you guys got my stuff. Where you guys haven't shipped anything out yet? And they're like, oh, give it a few days, and then reach back out to us, and if we get it, and if you haven't gotten it or gotten an email or anything. So I waited about another 4 days and nothing, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I get not an automated response. I get a response saying, we are gonna contact our internal investigation team to figure out why you haven't gotten it yet. So that you're gonna launch an investigation into figuring out why the fuck you haven't given it to me yet when you already have my shit. So that was really annoying, and I let a day or two go by, and nothing. At this point, I have nothing better to do, so I turned to Twitter to become extremely passive aggressive because I heard that gets results. It didn't. They just they're like, hey, we're gonna look into this for you, and I'm like, you're already looking into this for me. Like, what the fuck? So days go by, a lot of back and forth. 2 or 3 weeks pass by finally, and they're like, oh, okay. So the problem is we can't send it back to you until you send back the controllers and the wire and everything else. And also, to pour more salt on that wound, we can't give you a shipping label for that. You're going to have to pay for it. And I respond with, wait a minute. When I asked you initially, what do I have to send? You guys said, hey, just send the headset. Don't send the wire. Don't send the controllers, because that's just going to fucking slow everything down. And now you're telling me that I had to send you all this shit and then pay for it out of pocket. So I was really pissed off, and I made it clear to them how pissed off I was. And the very next day, they approved of a replacement unit to be shipped out. And I got my headset. And that was pretty fucking cool.
How long was the time frame from when you shipped it? Or I'm sorry, from when
from
it
the from the ticket,
initial ticket,
the initial ticket till I finally got it was a month and a week. And
Jesus.
What they told me after they approved of the initial, I'll ignore the first 4 days to get the ticket responded upon and approved upon for an RMA. They told me you should have a new Rift in your hands by 10 to 12 days from that moment. 10 to 12 days turned into a month and a fucking week because they have the worst fucking customer support I've ever fucking dealt with.
Yo, dude, you know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you guys ever did this shit, like back in the day when you were fucking, what was it, the OG Xbox? No, Xbox 360, they used to get the red ring. Did you guys ever ship one back to them?
Yes.
No.
Did you guys ever have to go through that?
Yes.
I had to do that one time, bro. It was the same fucking thing. They sent it to me, and they wouldn't even mail it to my house. They made it to the fucking post office in a different state, and I had to drive there to pick up my fucking Xbox 360. I pestered the fuck out of my mom for a week straight because they weren't going to ship it outside of the fucking post office because it didn't have enough labeling on it to send anywhere. They had my package, and they fucking kept it hostage there for 2 months, bro. I lost my mind.
There was a documentary I watched about the 360 and the Red Ring.
I hated them.
About how they rushed the whole production to compete with the PlayStation.
Dude, man, I feel like that's what companies are doing nowadays, and that's what like games
It's all
like
competition,
Division,
man.
they're all just rushing, and then they go and fuck everything up, just like with the
Well,
raid.
90% of any type of return policy, if you ever hear it, is 100% a scam. No bullshit. So the entire reasoning for it is they're taking the assumption that you do not have the time nor patience to deal with
To
their shitty
deal with
customer
their
support
shit.
and fix their fuck ups, that you're just going to blow the money without even having the product and just call it a fucking loss. That's what they're hoping for.
So this is like my main question. So for somebody that's like never been into VR, let's say they landed on the Rift.
Yes.
Would you recommend it despite all of the so let's say that if it was just mediocre, you would obviously not recommend it, right? So is it that good that you would potentially set someone up to deal with that fucked up customer service to buy that Rift? Like, is it that good?
So I would much rather comment on VR in general rather than the Rift itself. My only experience is with the Rift, sure, but my experience with it so far is I would tell people, hey, give VR a shot. If they settled on the Rift, I would then tell them, although the customer support was total ass, I enjoyed the fuck out of my Rift S. And if you get a fucked up product, it happens. It doesn't matter what company you are, you can get a fucked up product. It's worth dealing with it because it was a really, really good it's been a really good product so far. What I would recommend though is don't deal with the company directly and follow whatever fucking return policy you have from wherever the hell you bought it. I think it's like 15 days with Best Buy. Amazon gives you a month, shit like that. Try to fucking return it to where you got it from rather than dealing with the manufacturer themselves. Because that was a pain in the ass, but I still stand by the product and I thoroughly enjoy the fuck out of it.
Yeah. Side note, if you're still buying shit from GameStop, please fucking quit. You're part of that
No,
problem.
no, dude. So I mean, like, that's the last like chain game store we're gonna have, though.
Yeah,
No,
that's
Like,
dude,
true.
it's
because
straight fucking garbage.
no,
If
no,
you back GameStop, you're fucked.
no, I understand that, but what I'm saying is we're teaching them how to treat us with our dollar. So if they correct all the bullshit that they're doing in this whole rebranding or restructuring to be a kick-ass fucking game store, that's a win on our end, you know?
No,
So
I'd
I mean,
rather have 1,000 mom and pop shops that are charging me an upsell of like $2, $3 versus fucking 100 GameStops. I'm so tired of dealing with neckbeards behind the register that have zero fucking power to
Again
realize
with the
that,
neckbeard.
because that's what they are. They're either neckbeards or ponytail fucks. Nonetheless, they're pieces of shit.
So glad I got a haircut.
They're literally just pieces of shit that literally do not do anything apart from just fucking tell you what games are cool and then have no idea what the fucking game's about. Or it's that one dude that actually has all the knowledge in the world, but then gets fucking yelled at or doesn't stay there long enough for you to see him ever again.
And it's funny because the guy that has all the knowledge is the guy that's not bugging the fuck out of you to buy the PowerPoint,
Exactly.
power up, whatever the fuck that stupid card is. And
The power up card or whatever the
yeah,
fuck it was.
the only thing I buy in GameStop, no lie, is Funko Pops because I collect them, and that's it. I don't buy a goddamn thing game related in GameStop.
Dude,
see,
I
but
fucking lose my mind with them.
honestly, let's be realistic. 100% realistic. How many mom and pop stores are there? Amazon is fucking mom and pop stores no matter what industry it is.
Yeah, then go with Amazon. You don't need to have GameStop anymore.
No, I disagree, dude. Great. Amazon is awesome. You pay for Prime $12 a month, but that's fucking up a whole industry, dude. Like, it's cool to go into a store not knowing what the fuck you're gonna buy, asking someone behind the shop, like, hey, you seem knowledgeable, you seem of some type of power because you have a job here, right? And then you talk to them, you bullshit with them, and you make a relationship with somebody in person that's in your community. Like, Amazon is great. It's dope.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking talk to people at all after work with dealing with customers all day. But we're a whole generation is going to miss out on that, though. Like,
No.
building relationships with people within your community, putting dollars back into your community. Although I get it, that's a corporation. But with
That's a
Amazon, with
hard
all of
sale,
these
bro.
fucking companies that are doing free same day, free one day, all this bullshit, like, it's a convenient, but it's kind of taking away from one aspect of making you social as a human being.
I can
Like, if
fix
that
both
makes sense.
problems.
But yeah, you just made 2 different points that make 0 benefit towards GameStop, which was the original gripe, right? So you literally just stated that, all right, it's you getting to know someone within your community. Cool. You can do that with every other store that's still in existence. 2, you also made the point that it's us giving to a store that gives back to your community. GameStop does not provide dick to any community they're a part of. They do not sponsor any type of esports community. They do not sponsor any type of gaming shit.
You missed what I said though. I said let's be realistic. We're losing out
The
on
gripe
all
was
of those mom and
GameStop, not the extra shit.
dude, let me finish. Chill, bro.
Wait,
You're
real quick
making an
though.
argument based on
GameStop
something
may
else, though.
give
That's
you
what
a
I'm
dollar
saying.
for your opinion, though. They
Yeah, like-
might.
I'm not saying all the extra shit. I was talking about GameStop.
Yeah,
The
but what I'm
argument that you're
saying
having is beyond that.
that's the last brick and mortar game store period that we're gonna have. After they're done, Amazon's gonna take over every fucking mom and pop that you can think of, dude.
So you rather deal with a GameStop that has 0 benefit to your community at all?
It's giving
Than
somebody in my
Amazon.
community I mean, at the least, it's giving somebody in my community a job.
So you're saying people don't work from different cities and they only work within their city?
See, but now you're not. Now you're like nitpicking at bullshit. When
No,
that's
I'm
at the least,
going on what you're
at the
telling me right
least-
now. You're
but
giving
I'm
me
just
all the
saying,
information.
At the least, they're giving somebody a job, dude.
Yeah, there's
Like,
so Amazon
and
doesn't give
like,
people jobs?
Another thing that you're completely disregarding is they're fucking what I said. They're struggling right now. They have to restructure. They're playing on our terms now.
Now, yeah, because they were a piece of shit company off the get-go, dude. We didn't need them
Who
at
wants
all
to hear the
back
corn
then.
dog solution to everything?
Yeah, I'm ready for
In a
it.
second. All right, go for it. Then.
Like, dude, I fucking hate GameStop with a absolute fucking passion.
But
If you're
why?
defending them, it's up to you. They're literally useless. They only push sales that they need to hit for the entire region.
That's any corporation.
But the issue is that their policies do not match what the individual stores do. It comes down to like what me and you do on a daily with the individual tech shops, but there's still overarching policies. GameStops don't have that because there is normal GameStops and franchise GameStops, which fuck everything up in the middle.
No, all GameStops are franchise.
Yeah, but they don't fucking abide by each other's different rules. They make up their own rules and they're covered by tiny little policies instead of having overarching policies. They can make whatever fucking policy they want and run with it.
See, but I know people that have worked at GameStop, and I mean,
So do I, but I mean, I'm lost as to where this argument is going because they literally provide 0 benefit. If you want a different game store to purchase from, there's still Walmart, there's still Best Buy. I'd
those
rather
are
deal
two
with
fucking huge corporations.
Yeah, but you can also get a better return at Best Buy. If you go to GameStop, they're gonna 80 to 90% try to give you something that's already fucking broken in comparison to giving the new product. GameStop
then-
has as a policy, that is one of their policies. They're gonna try to give you the used item instead of the shit that's broken. Imagine Steady getting a used fucking what was it, Rift or whatever,
Right.
and then getting fucked because it's broken again. He has to go through the entire cycle again. Where Best Buy, Amazon, or Walmart, they just give you the new product. They don't have any used shit.
Yeah, my bigger problem with GameStop is let's say you buy a game today, single player game, you beat the shit out of it in a week and a half, we'll say. You walk into GameStop, they're gonna give you $30, just maybe. They'll turn around and still sell that shit for $55 because it came out in the first month. Like, that's always been my issue with GameStop. Is like they pride themselves on the whole used game sales and shit, but they really do dick you over and don't really give you anything for what they turn around and make a profit off of. And it's like, shit, could you give better numbers? And then they'll slap you with the power up card and you can get better fucking return investment on trading in your shit. And it's like, yeah, I'm good. No thanks.
Yeah, all for what? For a fucking Game Informer you don't want to watch or read?
Hey, before the fucking
I'll-
internet, that's one thing. But nowadays, anybody that's still buying Game Informer is fucking stupid.
That's what I'm saying. It's literally useless to have them around still.
So all I'm saying is, hopefully, with this restructure, they fix all their bullshit, and then we could have like a decent GameStop.
And fuck them. I
And
hope
that'll
they
be
go
cool.
down.
See, that's just you.
All right. To be fair,
Yeah.
if they can,
That's just-
if they can revamp, right, with transparency and none of this underhanded bullshit, and be a better gaming experience, cool. But you also got to see it from Big's point of view and people that are like have dealt with GameStop for like the past fucking decade, and so it's kind of hard to think that they're really gonna rebrand and be something different.
Yeah, because the issue is so many of them are franchises you can't implement as a big business. It's a different thing, but as having just like the name and the company title, you really can't implement your own policies onto them. And if you do, they might just completely leave and turn themselves into a mom and pop shop. And they're going to fuck themselves either way. That's the problem that GameStop has currently. And it's just a very bad business choice, is what they put in the beginning. But I do understand what you're talking about. With now that we have them where we want them, do you really think that they're going to make that play? And if they do, they're going to be fucked on either end.
So I think honestly, what I think is they're done August 12th, 2020. They're done. They're like past all liquidation, all the doors are closed. What I'm saying is it would be fucking awesome if we had think of like whatever childhood dream of a like video gaming store. If we had that, now that they're like backs up against the wall, like fuck, we're the last brick and mortar chain game store and we want to fix this. I mean, honestly, I'm the realist in me is saying that all the liquidation is going to be done. GameStop is going to be dead April 12th of 2020. That's what I think personally. But I'm just saying, like, dude, it would be fucking sick. Like, if they get rid of all that stupid fucking Funko bullshit, all the dumbass.
Hey.
Hey, I'm just being real,
Goddamn, dude.
And like, just sell video games. That's
Well,
all we
all right.
fucking
The thing
want.
is, they
Funkos are
partnered.
awesome.
They partnered. Thank you. They partnered up with ThinkGeek. So I mean, if they still keep that, the whole Think Geek thing has never been about gaming. It's been about like just fucking nerdy
gaming
merchandise.
culture,
Yeah,
yeah.
stuff like that. So if they can keep it to that, that's cool. They have individual Think Geek stores. If they want to keep the Funko Pops and the models, T-shirts, all that kind of stuff in places like that, cool. But I mean, they don't have to like completely go away from that stuff, because us as gamers, we all have nerdy shit that we wear, like that we want as part of the gaming, like the clothing, backpack, whatever the fuck the case is. So it's okay to get that stuff at GameStop as well.
Yeah, like
No.
if
Get rid of all that dumb shit and bring back. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Alright.
if they would have like,
Whatever. I'll go to Hot Topic and get my fucking Funkos. Whatever.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
just
Honestly,
because you want pops for like 50% off doesn't mean all GameStops should have them.
I'm kind of like a split mindset with both of you guys on this. I think if they did, like, if we really have the foresight to think that they're going to do it properly, that'd be dope. But what they should do is bringing back like the original, just if you want games, this is the place to get games, right? But
That's
they
what I'm
need
saying.
to open
Yeah,
it
for
up a
sure.
little bit more to, because before they only had it to consoles and consoles only. They had very limited PC stuff. PC gaming has really picked up over the past couple of years with the affordability of it. If they open up that section of it, I think they'll be completely fine.
It's funny that you said that because I had that thought too, dude. Like, cause that's like a market that's missing, and well, I mean,
Oh,
but
PC
then again,
gaming?
like, yeah, in like brick and mortar stores.
But the thing
brick and
is,
mortar
with
stores
PC
are going to
gaming,
waste. Those fucking.
I don't know if you guys remember when GameStop actually used to sell PC games on disc.
That's where I got Guild Wars.
Everything
Yeah, that's
now
right.
is 90% digital, so there's no real place for brick and mortar
but we're
to
talking
carry
about
PC stuff.
hardware.
Hardware,
yeah, I'm talking
sure.
about like hardware.
It's iffy because most of the people that are working, not on GameStop, this is not a GameStop only problem, but most people that work retail don't know shit about half the stuff that they're fucking selling anyways. So for
Yeah,
them to
that's fair.
have hardware is going to be a bigger problem, I think.
It's going to be putting back like knowledge within gaming, because in the beginning, like, it comes down to how much fucking pre-internet and pre-fucking Twitter and all this shit, you actually had to do your own research on games. Like, you
Right.
didn't you couldn't solely base all your information on friends, because you might not like the same games, so you had to research that shit. That's what it has to go back into. We have too many people just flying off the cuff, buying shit, putting bad reviews, and then fucking a company over.
Fair enough. I definitely.
Which
And it's like that with
leads
people,
us to
a lot of
Corn
PC
Dog's
hardware.
perfect solution.
All right,
It'll
Corn Dog,
still
what do you got?
be
What do you got?
Add an arcade to it.
That'd be actually pretty sick. That would.
Dude, that would be okay. That would be fucking dope. There was
Yeah.
like super like off topic.
Wow, it's almost like it was the perfect solution.
There was this record store in the city where no matter what you bought, dude, like you could buy a button for $1. They would put like a code on your receipt, and then you'd put it into a pin pad, and in the back of their store there were like I would say like 15 like old school arcade games, dopest shit ever. But they unfortunately closed it. That was like the fucking dopest shit ever, dude.
Like, could you imagine going to GameStop and having a mini arcade where all the demos are? Like,
Yeah.
you hop into like the Borderlands little demo thing, and you.
Dude,
You try it out for
arcades
a
used
bit.
to be the fucking shit. I used to love
Bada
playing
bing,
Time
bada boom. You
Crisis.
save the gaming industry. You save.
Yeah, I used to love playing Time Crisis at
This
arcades.
was
Like,
back in the 70s.
Yeah.
I'm not that fucking old guy. Yikes.
Hey, out of everyone here, who was born in the 80s?
Yeah, the rest of us are all 90s kids, so.
That's. I'm a '90s kid too. I grew up in the '90s. Like,
Yeah, no, you were
Late-
born in the 80s.
I was.
son.
Yeah, but I was born in the '80s. But like, fucking being an infant in the '80s doesn't mean you're an '80s kid.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
I
my
mean,
childhood
claim
was
yourself
my
as a
childhood was the
millennial
'90s.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: who here has breathed 1980s air? Weird.
God damn it.
How long have we been going? It's been like
It's
almost an hour and a half.
Oh, dude.
I mean, this is only
I
one
know.
episode, and we touched a lot of stuff.
yeah. I was gonna talk about the mixer stuff, but we'll leave that to the next one.
Because one of my things is that are we on the right platform? And then Ninja went to Mixer. Like, if you're trying to grow, like trying to blow up your stream, should you even start on Twitch?
Hey, we're not. Just
I
gonna
would
give
say
them shit, like,
yes.
Full out in this fucking topic.
Yeah,
We're not
that
gonna
all
give-
right.
Yeah,
So
I'm just gonna
here's
throw in
my
one
conundrum.
point real quick on that. The only reason I would say yes is because between Mixer's brand new person and partnership, there's nothing in between. Whereas at least Twitch gives you affiliate, and you can kind of work that, for a while.
That's fair. All right, here's the conundrum. It was inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog.
The movie or
No,
Like,
the
okay.
video game. The video game. So Taylor Swift has collected all of the Chaos Emeralds. Who is the weakest character to take her down? Now,
What?
when I was
Sonic.
first presented this question, I thought-
the weakest character from Sonic that could take her down?
in general, the weakest character in any video game, movie, whatever, that could take her down, my initial thing was it's got to be Sonic. But then I started thinking about it. He does this all the time. Sonic's one of the strongest creatures known to man.
Steady, you could cut this.
Yo, were you high as fuck when you talk about this?
No,
I-
dude, these are like daily conversations
The
with my brother.
shade.
I
Shit.
had no idea.
So the weakest
have-
character from any
could-
game
Any game,
that can take out Taylor Swift with the Chaos
all-
Emeralds.
Krillin.
Yep. Krillin?
Yeah.
Krillin?
Krillin's strong, dude.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure we
Yeah.
said video games.
I
But
mean,
all right, that's
I'm not. I mean, yo, he's been in
There's
video
Dragon Ball
games.
Z. Yeah,
I,
the Dragon
all
Ball
right,
Z
all right,
games.
all right. Fair enough.
Chill. But I mean, come on, Krillin throws one Destructo disc, and I think
Oh,
Taylor Swift is done
Toad.
for her.
For sure.
You think Toad could? But could Toad
Hell
win?
yeah. Then punch her in the throat. and it's over.
I mean, why Taylor Swift?
She's not threatening.
Just about any lame ass character. Like,
The
damn.
weakest character.
Yeah, the weakest character that could kill Taylor Swift with all the Chaos Emeralds.
We're having fun until you ask that question, dude.
Get used to them; they get weirder.
Yeah, I'm fucking toasted. You
I-
got
Like,
my
I'm
mind
trying.
all
I'm trying
fucked
to
up.
find a character that's specifically shitty enough to be given that task, and it's like, look, this is within the realm of what you can do because this is the height of what you can do.
Luigi?
Why I gotta throw shade at
No.
Luigi?
Hey, don't come at Luigi like that. He
I
ain't
don't
weak.
know, man. Luigi boss.
How about a single Power Ranger? Because I was looking at the
The
our
fuck?
little icons here.
If you say
Don't
the
come
Green
at the Power
Ranger,
Rangers.
Bro,
No,
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 a
But
no.
they're
single-
not-
a single.
dog.
Yeah,
I will
He's
fight you.
so-
they're
solo.
all strong.
Yeah, but he's by himself. That's what I'm saying. He has no
It's
backup
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
with the Chaos
Bro.
Emeralds. That's like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Bro. Leave my Power Rangers alone.
Yeah, big same.
I
Don't
think
come
it'd
at
be.
them like
I
this.
think it'd
Just
be
slap her with a
good
broken
thing.
heart and she'll go write a new fucking album. Like it's
Oh,
nothing.
Yeah,
no.
that's right.
No, hold on.
John
It
Mayer.
would be. It would be.
He's not in a fucking video game. Oh,
It'll be Rayman, dude. He's
Yo.
not weak, but like he has that like finesse.
I don't think
that
he
he'll
probably
like.
couldn't beat a lot of people, but he could.
No,
probably beat
wait.
Kevin
Hold on though. So he has that finesse, right? And he has that little slick hair. He would make her fall in love with him and just cheat on her, and that's it. She's done.
that's
Yeah,
what
but then
I'm
he's
talking
dead.
about.
It's
But then he's
over.
dead. She's got the Chaos Emerald.
She'll go write a fucking song
Wait,
about it.
Her
call it a day.
ex-boyfriends make her famous, bro. She's winning.
Yeah, dude, I don't. This fucking question's just nope.
Bro, don't worry. I got weirder ones.
Fucking synapses are collapsing on
How
themselves
about
right
Yeah,
that?
now.
my-
I'm just
my
like,
brain
What about,
full
wait,
shut
what
down
about,
for
what
this
about
shit.
Toy Soldier? Toy Soldier
Toy Soldier. Wait,
from like Sarge's War. You know the
Yo,
PlayStation
dude,
games.
big facts.
fair enough. Yeah.
That game was dope as fuck back in the
Yeah, I
day.
can see it.
Hell yeah, dude! They got a game called Green Means or whatever, and me and Rogue were playing that shit, bro. It felt really nostalgic. It ain't Sarge's Heroes, but it was close enough. It's fucking Toy Soldier.
Damn.
You guys remember the Toy Commander on Dreamcast?
Yeah, I
that
do.
was the shit.
No, we weren't born in the 80s.
Dreamcast guy rivaled the PlayStation 2. God.
I don't know. Rival's the right choice.
That's
Came
the-
out
that's
released
the-
around
that's
the
the-
same time would probably be the better one.
Games like Power Stone and fucking Sonic Adventures. Nah, man.
And
The
people
Oh,
who say
Sonic
rival,
Adventures
they're
was
usually
awesome.
born in the 80s.
Dreamcast was the shit.
Not to mention, it had its own modem built into the system. You could have 5 kilobit speeds with the.
Shut the fuck up.
It died, and it died for a reason. We should just for today. This should just be.
All right, so I think that wraps up our first podcast. Any final thoughts, guys?
I'm done, dude.
Dude, that last segment fucked us up.
That's the point of the conundrum.
Until you asked that question.
That's
Yeah,
the
don't
point
do
of it.
that shit, dude. That's
Don't do
fucking-
that, dude. That fucked me up.
Don't worry, there's
It
gonna
was
be
just
more.
like we were going 50 miles an hour, just like cruising.
Just a
and he
downshift into first.
No, yeah, that or he dropped like something fell off of a helicopter above and we crashed and died.
Oh,
Why you wanted that at the beginning? I'll put it at the beginning.
No, dude.
No,
that
we don't-
just
I don't
fucked
think-
my brain all up.
I think you should tell us before the fucking so we could like vet that shit because that just fucked us up. Dude.
That was no
That
bullshit. The
is-
dumbest thing I've
that
heard in
fucked-
so long.
Bro,
Dude,
I
that
got a
fucked
million
us
of 'em.
up in a bad way.
That shit hit me hard.
All right,
The last rubber, where you and her never finished.
thanks.
all right, kick Tony. All right, so cool. Okay, guys, so that's been our first podcast. We really do appreciate you guys checking us out. We'll have all of our socials in the description. You guys can check us out on Twitch more than likely anytime throughout the week. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. Have a wonderful day.
Catch you guys next week.